Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're decoding a space that is highly lucrative, incredibly stable, and honestly sits right at this perfect intersection of modern software engineering and massive global finance. We aren't just talking about writing generic CRUD apps today, We're diving into the rapidly expanding career path of a Guidewire developer. So if you're looking to future-proof your tech career in a highly specialized, massively in-demand niche, well, you are exactly in the right place. Let's get into it. Take a second and just think about your own ambitions. Are you looking for an IT career that doesn't just, commoditize overnight? Because in a world where generic coding tasks are increasingly being automated by AI or just offshored, it's getting harder and harder to stand out and really protect your earning potential. So today, we're going to challenge that traditional, kind of uncertain path of generic IT roles. Instead, we'll look at a specialization that actually grows more valuable and, frankly, bulletproof as you gain experience. Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. First, the Guidewire ecosystem explained. 2, high demand, higher salaries. 3, essential skills and tech. 4, climbing the career ladder. And finally, number 5, your path to success. Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the Guidewire ecosystem explained, modernizing the P&C insurance world. To really wrap our heads around this job, we first need to understand the massive industry it supports, the global property and casualty, or P&C, insurance sector. So what exactly is a Guidewire developer? Basically, it's a professional who builds, configures, and integrates Guidewire's core software platform. But what does that actually mean on the ground? Well, it means you are the bridge. You're connecting modern software engineering with deep insurance domain expertise. See, for decades, these multi-billion-dollar insurers were stuck running on slow, expensive, super brittle legacy mainframes. Guidewire is the modern, highly configurable core platform that's replacing all those outdated systems. And the developers in the space, they're the architects making that absolutely massive financial transformation possible. Now, to make all that happen, developers work across a really powerful suite of core products. First up, you have Policy Center. This is basically the engine handling underwriting, quoting, and actually issuing the policies. Then there's Claim Center. Imagine building the system that manages everything, from that frantic first phone call right after a car accident, all the way to the final settlement payout. It's huge. Then Billing Center takes care of all the complex invoicing and massive money movement. Contact Manager steps in to provide a unified view of customer data across the board, and tying the whole shebang together is Guidewire Cloud, which is the foundation for modern cloud-native operations. So we aren't just talking about small web apps here. These are mission-critical platforms running entire multi-billion-dollar enterprises. Moving right along to Section 2, high demand, higher salaries. Why Indian IT is hunting for Guidewire talent. So we are currently seeing an absolute explosion in demand for these skills, particularly over in India, where global consulting firms are rapidly scaling up their delivery teams. And to understand why, just look at this number, 25 to 30%. That is Guidewire's estimated global market share among Tier 1 and Tier 2 P&C insurers. Honestly, that's massive. Hundreds of carriers across dozens of countries completely rely on this platform. And this sheer scale and dominance, it creates an incredibly deep economic moat for your career. These carriers simply cannot operate, let alone innovate, without specialists who know exactly how to maintain and upgrade these systems. Now, let's talk about what that massive market dominance translates to directly, your compensation. Look at these impressive salary bands for the Indian market. Even as a fresher, with 0 to 2 years of experience, you're looking at 4 to 7 lakhs per annum. That jumps up to 8 to 16 LPA for mid-level, 16 to 30 LPA for senior developers, and it scales all the way up to 30 to 55 plus LPA for leads and architects. Because this talent is genuinely scarce and absolutely business critical, these figures significantly outpace your standard IT roles. Let's put that into perspective with a quick side-by-side. On one side, you have a generic Java developer. The skills are common, the talent pool is massive, and as a result, the salary naturally caps out around 20 LPA for senior roles. But on the other side, a Guidewire developer leverages a highly specific stack. We're talking the need of Gosu programming language, PCF configurations, all combined with that deep insurance domain expertise. Adding that specific business logic to your engineering toolkit literally makes you indispensable. It directly translates to earning 15 to 30% more with vastly superior job security to boot. All right, let's dive into Section 3, Essential Skills and Tech, building the foundation. So what do you actually need to learn to build this career? There's a very specific stack of must-have technical skills. First off, you absolutely need rock-solid Java and SQL fundamentals. You must know how to build integrations using REST and SOAP APIs, along with JSON and XML. But while those are pretty standard across the IT world, your ultimate differentiators here are mastering Gosu, which is Guidewire's native Java-like language designed specifically for business logic, and, of course, gaining that deep P&C insurance domain knowledge. Actually, that domain knowledge is the hardest part to fake, and it's exactly what protects you from being replaced. And we have to talk about where the future of these skills is heading, because it is shifting rapidly. Cloud-native deployments already account for nearly 66% of insurance software revenue. The migration to the cloud is, without a doubt, the single defining trend in insurtech right now. For you, that means you have got to get comfortable with Guidewire Cloud, containerization with tools like Docker and Kubernetes, and modern CI/CD pipelines. Honestly, it is the absolute most critical step for future-proofing your skill set over the next decade. Which brings us to Section 4, Climbing the Career Ladder, from Fresher to Architect. Let's map out your expected progression in this industry. For your first 2 years as a beginner, you're going to focus heavily on configuration, screen customization, and mastering those Gosu basics. Moving into years 3 to 5, you become intermediate. This is where you tackle complex system integrations and advanced business rules. From years 6 to 10, you hit the advanced stage. Here, you're specializing in the Guidewire Cloud, doing performance tuning and working with messaging queues like Kafka. Finally, at 10 plus years, you reach the expert level. This is where you're taking on roles in solution architecture and making those high-stakes end-to-end design decisions. And where exactly will you be doing all this work? Well, the top hiring companies in India are literally the titans of IT services. Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, and Deloitte. Think about it. Replacing a core insurance system isn't just some quick weekend software update, right? It's a massive, multi-year commitment. These global firms constantly need certified talent because they are continually winning huge, incredibly lucrative transformation contracts all over the globe. And that ensures long-term project stability for developers like you. I think the ultimate takeaway is captured perfectly right here. The pattern is clear. A Guidewire developer typically out-earns a comparable generic Java developer, and the architect role is the natural long-term destination. I love that quote because it reinforces the strategic value of choosing this specific tech niche. It's not just a job, it's a clearly structured ladder leading straight to highly paid architectural leadership. All right, let's bring it home with Section 5, Your Path to Success, the 2026 Roadmap. Here is your condensed, actionable, 5-step master plan to break into the industry. Step 1, you must learn P&C insurance basics. You've got to understand the business before you ever touch the software. Step 2, master your core programming, Java, SQL, and most importantly, Gosu. Step 3, learn the core products. Usually you'll start with configuring Policy Center. Step 4, expand your value by understanding integrations and APIs, basically how Guidewire talks to the rest of the world. And Step 5, get certified and get ready for the Guidewire Cloud. I really, truly cannot overstate the importance of that final step. Guidewire certifications carry massive weight in this ecosystem. Employers use them as an instant validation of your skills. Whether you aim for an associate, specialist, or cloud certification, getting credentialed is absolutely the fastest way to bypass the resume pile, get staffed on premium client projects, and command top-tier pay in a very competitive market. It is such a rare opportunity to find a niche that combines high pay, talent scarcity, and incredibly durable long-term demand all at the exact same time. And the shift to the cloud is only accelerating this need. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to blend your engineering skills with deep domain expertise to secure a truly future-proof tech career? If you're serious about your future in insurtech, the roadmap is right there, and the time to start learning is right now. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this sparks your journey into the incredible world of Guidewire.